Land of the Lustrous Volume 3 has something very interesting to it. It's only available in the English version. That's right, here. And I've talked about pronoun usage in general here that you can check out, but yeah, on page 180 of the volume, or the last chapter 20 titled Winter's End, you can find that Red Barrel is referred to as a she.
Some people may remember that in volume 3, we accidentally kept a she for Red Barrel. Yeah. If you got one of the earlier prints, like if you got it the day it came out, then you can probably find it. Changed it in the digital version immediately, and all of the reprints.
I've confirmed that the digital version of the official sources, such as K-Manga, does have the updated translation for the speech bubble, but this physical volume I actually purchased last year when I was in Seattle at the Kinokuniya there. This was sealed, by the way, and I actually had the cashier rip it open to check that one particular page. And I felt bad because he had to rip it open, so I bought it anyways. I might have two other copies, with the oldest was when Right Stuff used to have their like winter sales back in 2020, 2021. So I have not found a paperback that has the updated translation as of yet. So this is a call to action. Please, if you have this volume in English, check your copy, report back to me if you got the second printing of it. Like for mine, I can't see. All it says on the back cover for the English ones, it does have like printing information, but I've never seen anything that says like a reprint or whatnot. All it says is that the English translation copyright was back in 2017, which doesn't really help us much. But yeah, let's get to the actual topic of this video, storyboards. I've discussed storyboards when it comes to animation with the Houseki no Kuni's anime, but Ichikawa also did have drafts of her manga that she shared in two occasions. Once with the Pseudomorphs of Love art book back in 2017, and its spiritual successor, Comet Origin Sensation art book, that released earlier this year. These storyboards range across the entire manga, which is amazing to see, and I wish we got it for every single page that she's ever done, but I did wanted to compare some of them to the chapters that are featured with Volume 3 itself. We talked previously about the differences in the magazine versus the volume version for chapters, and this is a natural extension of that. It was a little easier to find something like Chapter 1 online, digitally, because well, it's the first chapter of the series. They want to promote it, usually on like comic days. It's generally free, maybe the first couple or so. Even with K-Manga you can get like free tickets or whatever. I don't remember how their system works, but yeah, like you can get that pretty easy. But the chapters that this volume covers from the original monthly afternoon are over a decade old. It's pretty hard to find. Thankfully, there are digital scans for places that you can purchase from, like Bookwalker, from chapter, I want to say like 14 or maybe 15 onwards, via the monthly issues. But this can get very costly if you're getting the bulk of the series this way, purchasing every single afternoon magazine that's in their back catalog online. But yeah, this is my way of justifying these pretty ugly images that I'm probably putting up that a friend of mine shared with me of old magazine versions. Her drafts are pretty clear. The final version turns out pretty similar to her sketches. This page from chapter 14 has more gem shards in the background in the storyboard compared to the other versions, but that's fairly minor. There is no shading whatsoever in any of her drafts, which can get a little confusing, especially when there's like the gold alloy getting mixed into it, but I mean, Ichikawa's great, right? And I think it's important to note that like the speech bubble placement and SFX placement happens in the drafts itself, so she knows where she's actually going to be blocking that way, which makes it really easy to flow, and her sense of direction is fantastic without any of these additional details like shading. Obviously, I can't showcase every single draft that there is. I mean, just browse through it on Pseudomorphs. Um, But you're more than welcome to check out the material repository now and in the coming months, as I update it properly for the first 3 volumes that I've covered so far in this series. In terms of promotions, we got some strange ones for this volume. There's some carryover from volume 2 where real gem pieces and drawings from Ichikawa were given away on Twitter, which is really cool. Again, no real sources for these, so the original afternoon posting is all that we got. And I'll talk about it more when I put out a volume 4 video, as it's the first special edition in the series. But we kind of got a precursor to those trading cards that she designed that were given away with volume 3 itself. We know that this volume 3 in Japanese got released on August 22nd, 2014, and within the month, on September 19th, Afternoon actually made a tweet stating that there was so much demand that they would get their first full reprint, not only for volume 3, but the other 2 volumes as well. No numbers were stated, but this is probably the first sign of a reprint for Land of the Lustrous, which is well deserved. I mean, you guys know what happens in this volume, right? Like, this could be considered the turning point in the series itself when we finally lose a gem to the Lunarians. So, I mean, well deserved. Whether we know any numbers or whatnot consisting of this reprint, no way of knowing. I mean, even as I talked about earlier about the English version, like, who knows where these reprints are actually being done and being made. Yeah, but this promotion is actually pretty odd. Through 2014 August issue has Levi from Attack on Titan with a bunch of books stacked, and one of them definitely is Land of the Lustrous. I guess we could say that Isayama is a fan. Back in 2020, in my sphere of Twitter, mutuals and others were putting Ichikawa and Isayama head to head at the top of their games, especially since they were both monthly releases. Just bangers back to back. Until obviously Ichikawa went on hiatus. So it's pretty funny to think about in retrospective, especially since this magazine cover existed all the way back in 2014. This concludes maybe the first chunk of volumes and anime episodes, the first 3. The rule of 3 or whatever is a big thing to say. I do want to finish all these by the end of this year because I've taken too long. And this is kind of just sort of like cataloging in a sense. I want to get to like the nice nitty gritty analysis that I used to do while the series was still ongoing. I need to get these out of the way because that's what a natural historian does, right? We catalog and try to document as much as possible, just like Foss at some point. The thumbnail was designed by Jared. You can find them in all their social medias. I think they're more active on Blue Sky nowadays, but the thumbnail itself was inspired by one of the murals. So please give Jared some love. Giveaways will continue whenever I come back with the series, but for now we're gonna take a little bit of a break from Houseki no Kuni because I got a lot of travel to do. I guess I'll take you along the way, but for now, à tout.